my exes.
Acting by night. Keep going crazy.
Show off your skin, that shit is popping, girl. Body on 10, damn, you got it, girl. You gotta boss up. Getting them checks, hitting your base. Racks up. Keep walking with confidence. Effortlessly, you let them know who is in command. You just that and more. Don't forget it. God worked hard on you for sure. Lexus, Exodus. Shout out to my exes.
Hey, Booze, hey. So tonight I want to talk about this Black women hate train and how it's become normalized to be extremely critical of very successful and talented Black women, to knock us down a peg, and to often hold Black women to a higher standard than other groups of women. Okay, so let's dive right in. I don't want to mince words on this. I want to first talk about these disingenuous and silly and asinine comparisons that have gone viral between Beyonce versus Taylor Swift.
I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I think people need to stop hating on Taylor Swift. I think when you look at the comparison between her and Beyonce, I think people are married to the artist when we're talking about influence. And even if you want to keep it at just the artist aspect of it, Taylor Swift has the same, if not more, album sales than Beyonce. And when we're talking about demographic and reach, Taylor Swift is a global icon. No knock on Beyonce. To be able to make a presence during the middle of an NFL season and generate over $300 million in revenue to a league is insane. To increase the viewership in women watching NFL games on a week-to-week basis is insane. The fact that you're trending on social media on if you're gonna make it to the Super Bowl, traveling from overseas, is insane. And not a lot of people are doing that. If we're talking about influence and impact, I don't know if Beyonce has that level of motion. Again, I'm not making it about who has more slaps, who's the better artist. We're talking about influence. And I think it's jacked up that a lot of people are hating to see her win.
Think of somebody else can move the needle. I got
No
it.
one.
Beyonce. If, hypothetically speaking, if she went with Jay-Z and not Travis Kelce, let's say, yeah, Beyonce.
She
can
not
move
like
the needle.
this. These Ocho, these 8 to 15-year-old eyeballs. Ocho,
the same. B has the same feeling.
Ocho.
Yes.
I love Beyonce. Beyonce ain't moving the needle like this chick, Ocho. No.
What? You
tripping, Ocho. This girl,
ask the
she's
chat.
the closest thing.
She's
the closest thing to moving the needle like Michael Jackson that we've seen. This is it.
Whoa. Oh, whoa. Reel it back in a little bit, baby. Beyonce moves the needle just like Taylor, if not more.
No, she doesn't.
Ask the chat, please.
You can ask the chat. Ask the chat,
please.
We put it to the chat.
So do a poll. Do a poll. Because Beyonce has those same set of eyes, young, old, middle age, and old, including I. But I'm just saying,
Not like Taylor.
Hypothetically
Not like
speaking, Beyonce would move the needle the same
Not
way
like
Taylor's
Taylor.
doing. It would be Beyonce being shown all the time.
Not
Yes?
like Taylor.
Oh, come on. Yes.
Not like Taylor, man.
Oh, Taylor Swift.
Oh, here we go.
Better than Beyonce in concert. Child. I said, I'm sorry, did I mess up and go to hell? Is this hell? What is this? Is this a Twilight Zone episode? Taylor, I'm gonna give you your props. You a beautiful woman. Great spirit. Hit that guitar like nobody. Okay? What a humanitarian you are. Can nobody take that from you? And you're stellar and you're tall, they said. Wonderful person, the angel. How dare I about to say what I'm about to say? But let's get it real. I love you, okay, in certain ways. Don't ever let these people ever open their mouths again and say, put you in a comparison with Beyonce. Because I'm telling you, except for these crazy ass little white girls that don't have no sense in their brains, nobody on God's green earth, okay, think you better than Beyonce in anything, okay?
Child, y'all. Be effing for real. Be for real, y'all. And I'm not a part of the Beehive, so I hate when y'all make me defend this lady like I am. I'm not a fan at all, but I can understand and recognize talent and star power. Beyonce is in a league of her own. Even if you put a Taylor Swift performance next to Beyonce, Taylor looks like she's in a high school talent show. She looks like she's doing drunk karaoke or something with those stiff dance moves and how she dances off beat and the lack of stage presence. Beyonce undoubtedly is in her own league. They are not even in the same class. So Beyonce has been performing on stage, wowing audiences since she was 9. Since 1990, I read. She got in her first girl group. Taylor was born in 1989. So she's been performing since Taylor has been in diapers. To compare the two is insulting. Even to try to claim that Taylor has more influence because she's attracted many new viewers to the Super Bowl, I think that's disingenuous as well. Beyonce has one of the highest viewed Super Bowl performances of all time. Taylor Swift is even a so-called country music artist. Well, Beyonce is the reason why many people are even paying attention to country music right now. She the reason why Zara and Fashion Nova and Shein and all of these fast fashion shops are advertising and selling out silver cowboy hats and metallic bedazzled cowboy boots now. Beyonce is the reason why Taylor Swift tried to step up her choreography. So miss me with that. Apparently, also Swifties claim that Taylor is the better artist because she's won 4 Grammys for Album of the Year. We all know Beyonce has yet to win any. But let's be real. People like to insult and downplay Beyonce with these silly asinine comparisons because she's a Black woman. I take it a step further and would say if Beyonce was a white woman, she would have won Album of the Year 10 times over. And here's my thing. Notice they're not comparing Taylor to Adele, Lady Gaga, or even a damn Ariana Grande, who would be more of a fair comparison because they came out around the same time and they are both pop girlies in the same lane. No, they want to compare her to the queen, to the legendary global icon. They want to compare her to this incredible dancer, singer, and phenomenal performer. They're comparing her to Beyonce because they simply hate Black women. I want to also talk about how track star Sha'Carri Richardson experienced this unfair treatment as well.
In the name of all that is holy, would you look at Karen Smith's gym clothes?
Of course, all the plastics are in the same gym class. Where are the plastics?
They're teen royalty. If North Shore was Us Weekly, they would always be on the cover.
Rerun. Hey, 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 what's happening?
That one right there is Iyanla Vanzant. She's one of the dumbest people you'll ever meet. I sat next to her in law school last year and she told me I should date our bus driver. And that funny looking one over there, that's Tyler Perry. She expects women to cape and coddle broke men because she was one and we turned her into a billionaire. She also tells successful Black women to date who can pay the light bill because she secretly does the same thing. And evil takes a human form in Nicki Minaj. She's male-identified and male-worshipping, so hates other women who look like her.
Is it the thanks that I get for putting you bitches on?
She hates Black women so much, she even defends predators and married ones. She even victim blames and makes fun of DV survivors.
I call her Bigfoot. The bitch fell off. I said, get up on your good foot. Lied on her dead mama. Lied on her dead mama. Lied on her dead mama.
Are you tired of constantly being bullied by mules and mean girls? Are you sick of being told to lessen your standards and to ride or die? Are you exhausted from tolerating anything just to say you got a man? Then you're in the right place. Join the Lexus Exodus Patreon private community to meet like-minded, divested women who prioritize self first. In my Patreon, you will participate in exclusive lives, get access to exclusive content, get access to a private community of other divested women, and much, much more. Join us by visiting patreon.com/LexusExodus. See you soon.
What in the fishnet is going on here in track and field? She probably would have ran a little faster if she didn't have this fishnet on. In the big weave. In the fingertips.
Sha'Carri Richardson needs to be canceled. Just watch what she just did in the semis, bro. We all know what happened last time. She pulled up to the meet without her spike laces on. She didn't care about nothing. This time she got out decently well and went ahead and jogged her way to the 10-8, celebrating and taunting the entire way through, bro. Just look at this, bro. Looking like an absolute track daddy as well while doing it. Man, oh man. I'm not gonna lie, bro. She needs to be stopped. She keeps jogging without shoelaces.
Athletes going for Olympic glory, both testing positive for prohibited substances. One was denied a chance at Olympic gold. The other was able to return. But why? We're talking about the individual cases of U.S. track star Sexyy Richardson and 15-year-old Russian figure skater Kamila Valieva. The story goes like this. Richardson was barred from competing at the Tokyo Olympic Summer Games after testing positive for THC after using cannabis. Richardson says she had used cannabis as a way to deal with the recent death of her mother. In December 2021, Valieva tested positive for trimetazidine, a heart drug which works by increasing blood flow to the heart and limiting rapid swings in blood pressure, according to Reuters. It's categorized by the World Anti-Doping Agency as a hormone and metabolic modulator, the use of which is illegal for athletes both in and out of competition. On top of that, a new report by the New York Times says that Valieva had 2 other heart medications in her system that aren't banned. But wait for it. The Times goes on to quote Travis Tigard, the chief executive of the United States Anti-Doping Agency, saying the benefits of having a medication combination like that could, quote, be aimed at increasing endurance, reducing fatigue, and promoting greater efficiency in using oxygen. Russian anti-doping officials maintain they only learned about Valieva's positive test result last week. So the question comes down to this. Why can an athlete who used cannabis as a way to cope after her mother's death be banned, while another athlete who is found to have substances in her system believed to increase performance can keep competing? Richardson called the treatment of both cases a double standard. She tweeted, quote, "Can we get a solid answer on the difference of her situation and mine's? My mother died and I can't run, and I was also favored to place top 3. The only difference I see is I'm a black young lady." In an interview with NPR, Dr. Michael Joyner, a physician and researcher on exercise physiology at the Mayo Clinic, says there's not a great case, in scientific terms, for banning cannabis use for athletes. Richardson also posed this question. Why was her positive test result made public within a week, while Valieva's positive result from December was only revealed after she had already competed in the team event?
Y'all see this? And thankfully, Shy'Carri like me. She understands all this negativity, even though it's negative, it's all energy, baby. That's what you dummies who come over here with your nonsense, trying to critique my channel and spew hate over here don't understand. Even when you're spewing negativity towards Black women, you're giving us your raw, untapped energy, y'all. And I don't want to get too deep into energy and esoterical things, but I'm telling y'all, people like me and Shy'Carri are able to tap into that energy and are able to use it to motivate ourselves, to propel ourselves forward. So Shy'Carri heard y'all saying she was loud and ghetto and stupid for fumbling the bag and getting disqualified from the Olympics for smoking a damn blunt after her mother died, y'all. Like, are y'all kidding me? My mother also died in my 20s, and thank goodness I didn't have access to hard drugs, because I likely would have been doing something more potent than just smoking weed when coping with her loss. Losing a parent, losing your mother is one of the most hurtful, difficult experiences I've ever had to go through in my entire life. So she definitely deserves some grace. Moreover, these people was gloating because she got disqualified from the Olympics after doing something that would do nothing but hinder her performance. People don't smoke weed before they play in the Super Bowl. People don't smoke a blunt before they go in the playoffs at the NBA. You know what I mean? Like that, weed is known to slow you down. Meanwhile, at the same time, I just showed y'all a clip of this little white girl who got caught for utilizing performance enhancing drugs, and she was still able to compete in the Olympics. It's crickets from everybody. It's a double standard. It's a Black woman hate train, but it's all good because Shy'Carri ended up getting the last laugh. Like I said, she was able to utilize all that negativity being spewed at her, took a break, came back, recharged, and kicked ass. And now she will be participating in the next Olympics, and also recently appeared on the cover of Vogue because of her accomplishments.
Wilson on the cover of American Vogue just before she heads to the Olympics of Paris. Her team is this is giving so FloJo. I'm so happy this moment is for her. Also, the stylists, they know what to put on her, and I love it. Also, her with all her family there. Oh my God, this is so cute. Our girls come such a long way. I can't wait to see her killing in Paris.
I also want to talk about this Angel Reese hate train as well.
My problem with Angel Reese is that when we talk about an attitude can make somebody unattractive, her attitude and just her demeanor really rubs me the wrong way. I'm not on the court, so maybe Caitlin Clark has said something crazy to Angel Reese. I have not heard it. Angel Reese, whenever she has the opportunity to throw a shot, she does, and she makes herself look like an ass. They're watching the WNBA because of one person. It's okay. A talented player, maybe you and Caitlin Clark would share the lead down the line, but most people are watching games because of Caitlin Clark. That is okay. The Indiana Fever, you know how many people are coming to those home games? They got an average of 16,000 people showing up to those games. Chicago Sky, they have about 8,000 average. Last year, I think the Indiana Fever had 4,000 people on average show up to their games, and the year before that, it was 1,000.
Caitlin Clark is the face, the head honcho of the WNBA. Quite frank, I don't know how the this is still in existence, but she is bringing butts to the seat, and that's all that matters. She's marketable. She got charisma. I tell you who the is not marketable is this goddamn Reese, who seems to feel like people are going to games to see her. Let me be the first to let you know, Mrs. Reese, nobody going to goddamn WNBA games to see your She's flabbergasted on why she's not being marketed. You go to this girl TikTok, Instagram, whatever social media she has. I did a little stalking, and you know what the she reminds me of? Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, that's who she reminds me of. Hot girl summer turn up. This ain't no rap business. This is the WNBA. You ain't marketable. And you're not marketable because of the way you present yourself. Oh, look at me. I'm hot girl summer. Hi, turn up, girl. Turn. Like, go sit your ass down. People are only looking at you because you're competing with Caitlin. If there's a f***ing game, they're showing up for Caitlin, not for you. And focus on your game. That's what you need to do. Caitlin don't got no social platforms. You want to know why? Because she got that MJ mentality. She in there training nonstop. That's why the f*** she busting threes out. Meanwhile, you on goddamn TikTok shaking ass like you in a f***ing Luke Skywalker video, ain't working on your game. Now let me be the first to let you know that us black people are not going to back you up. You are embarrassing us.
Oh, he triggered. This ninja big mad. And y'all see him bring up Meg Thee Stallion. You're like, what the F do Meg Thee Stallion have to do with women's basketball? Child, I can't. These niggas be getting triggered when they see black, beautiful women doing better than them. It's like you could touch either of them on their worst day, Nick Nog. So calm your tits. Calm down, sir. And here's the thing. A lot of the hate that Angel's now receiving has arisen from last year after she simply mimicked some of the same gestures another white player, Caitlin Clark, did.
Sport and trash talk go hand in hand. But why is it seen as a problem when sportswomen do it, especially black women? LSU's Angel Reese made the "you can't see me" gesture, made popular by the former wrestler John Cena, to Iowa's Caitlin Clark during their team's win to take the women's college basketball championship. Reese was called classless and unsportsmanlike. In fact, you had grown men, like a broadcaster and a founder of a prominent sports platform, hurling expletives at Reese, who is a sophomore student. But here's the catch. Clark did it first. She made the same gesture in an Elite 8 game against Louisville, but she didn't receive the same backlash as Reese. In fact, she was celebrated for it, and now it's opened a deeper conversation on how black women are unfairly treated compared to their white counterparts for doing exactly the same thing, showing confidence and being unapologetically themselves.
So this was for the girls that look like me, that's going to speak up on what they believe in. It's unapologetically you.
But wait, there's more. First Lady Jill Biden suggested that the losers, Iowa, should also be invited to the White House because they played such a good game. The problem with that is only winners are traditionally invited to the White House, and it's prompted another issue. Whether LSU, a majority black women's team, would have been invited if Iowa had won. You could also say it comes across as slightly patronizing for the women's game. So, what do you think? Is there a double standard when it comes to trash talking?
And here's another thing. Even Caitlyn later came out vocally and said Angel did what she was supposed to do.
Honestly, I have no idea. I was just trying to get to the handshake line and shake hands and, you know, be grateful that my team was in that position. You know, that's all you can do is, you know, hold your head high, be proud of what you did, and, you know, all the credit in the world to LSU. You know, they were tremendous. They deserve it. They had a tremendous season. Kim Mulkey coached them so well. You know, she's one of the best basketball coaches of all time, and it shows. And she only said really kind things to me in the handshake line, so I'm very grateful for that too. But honestly, I have no idea, and I was just trying to, you know, spend the last few moments on the court with, especially the 5 people that I've started 93 games with, and relishing every second of that.
She's supposed to pop her ish and be proud that she's doing well. And to further illustrate this point, Caitlyn was recently recorded lashing out and throwing a temper tantrum during a game as well. So did y'all just see this submissive, passive, and professional white woman with great sportsmanship throw a temper tantrum and throw a damn bottle when the workers were trying to help her? And when she does this, it's crickets. No one has said a thing. No one critiques her about being ghetto or trailer parkish or tacky. But y'all be so quick to villainize Black women because y'all are all misogynoirs and hate to see a confident, talented, and successful Black woman stand up in that. So now Angel is being called embarrassing, unprofessional, and ghetto, and all this other dumbass stereotypical ish y'all like to put on Black women. But it's cool when Caitlyn does it. It's cool when a white woman does it, but it's a problem when Angel does it. I want to talk about this weird Sierra hate train as well.
Russell and Sierra. Yeah, if Russell ain't had that bread, Sierra ain't gonna be with him. Russell square. Russell square. Sierra had she has a good situation, but you don't leave Future and get with Russell Wilson.
The thing is, I think that's what
you don't leave Future and get with Russell Wilson. Like, it's a type. Listen, bro, everybody got a type.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody has a type. You gonna leave Future and get with Russell Wilson? He's so goddamn square, and I love him on the field. He's a square.
Channing,
he's a fucking square.
Channing, you go from this level of toxicity, you just want something stable. You want the guy that was sitting with that girl with that big old mouth at the draft that was laughing, and you knew she deserved to be with him.
Goofball?
Yeah, you want that guy.
You want to get with Goofball's
husband. You want the guy that told me, you know what? I was praying, and God told me to go save her. That's what the man told me to my face. But
I don't understand why men have so much smoke for Russell Wilson for being a good father and a great husband to somebody. I don't understand why y'all mad about that.
I guess because
why are y'all mad?
I'm gonna tell you why people be mad. If people be mad, it's because of the extraness that he does that almost like to try to lift his profile the way he look up and diminish the father. So it's
or is he just telling the truth of the fact of the matter?
Well, that may be the truth, but
yeah.
But it's too much credit given on that end because I've been a stepfather. But you get extra points for doing what you was gonna do anyway. Yeah, you know, they'll say things like, "Oh, I see your kid more than you." Well, you have to go home, and he lives in your house. So why are you getting so much credit for going home? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. That doesn't mean you're actively doing.
That's different.
That doesn't mean you're actively doing anything. Okay. Oh, look at him throwing a football Okay, you literally had a game that day, and your wife took the kids to the game where you didn't do anything out of your normal realm. Now, meanwhile, the father has to do things outside of his normal realm of his life to even be there in any moment is an extra move. So what I'm trying to say is, so when you try to post and sub dudes and be like, I'm doing this and I knew it was, that's lame, bro, because you know you with her. You're with her. You're literally with her every day. That's your wife. And she's with her kids. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yes.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So you don't get no credit for going home. You don't get no credit.
They do. You take credit for going home. You just going to your house.
Yeah, and you just if you don't do this,
Wilson is textbook simp, and the only reason women love him and praise him is because they in the same position as Sierra, and they hoping to find some multi-million-dollar simp. So they going online. Oh, I respect him. But then on the flip side, ask him, would you want your son to do the same thing he did? Oh, hell no, not my son. He better not take care of nobody else's kid. But you're looking for that guy. That's the only reason they love him. Future was the first choice. If Future could have acted like Russell and Sierra can just control him the way she do Russell, she'll still be with Future. Before she had Future kids, why the fuck didn't she go pick a Russell? Let's be honest. She wants Future. She just wants to be able to control him like Russell. And that's every woman. They want the street nigga. They want the nigga with the street cred, the cool nigga with the swag, with everything that come with that lifestyle. But they want you to be the Russell. They want you to be the God-given, you know, the Christian. That just does not coincide. Any man taking care of another man's kids and he don't have kids is a cornball.
Child, and here's my theory. Niggas is so triggered because they've never had a good father and as a result don't know how to be one. They're insecure and unhappy. So when they see Sierra, they pussy asses is projecting. They frustrated because they are fatherless. They were abandoned by their own father, so they upset. They traumatized and triggered because Russell's the dad they never had and the dad that they can never be. And that's why they hate Sierra. Point blank, period, end of story. And peep how y'all know they don't ever call the Kardashians washed up or ran through or baby mamas like they do Sierra. Meanwhile, every single last one of them is baby mamas. I think only Courtney is the only one who was married. And she was a baby mama 3 times over with that one crazy cokehead dude that she was with at first. She just recently got married. And she got multiple baby daddies. Don't nobody ever call her a baby mama. Kylie got knocked up by a quote-unquote bad boy as well, Travis Scott. Moved on to a so-called square, Timothy Chalamet, I think his name is, who is very clean cut. He has no kids, no scandal, and she don't get no smoke. Kim has dated all of Hollywood. We done all seen that woman's worn out poom poom live, HD and in color. But the Black community never critiques her or call her 304 baby mama. Even when she went on to date Pete Davidson and Odell Beckham, an NFL player just like Sierra's husband. Chloe's a baby mama multiple times over by a man who has multiple children by different women as well. She don't get no heat either. It's a double standard. And it's like ninjas hate to see Black women do well and be happy and to be treated well. It's sick and sadistic, and I'm tired of it. So I want to talk about Sexyy Red, who is a rapper who also receives so much hate. However, contrastingly, when you compare her to other similar artists who are non-Black or racially ambiguous, you can see there's a clear double standard.
About Sexyy Red. She an industry plant, bruh. And there's a lot more artists that are industry plants right along with her. And they just using these people to keep us degenerate. They targeting the youth and they doing a good job with it. Watch this.
I get my students' attention. If you see me, you trying to see what's up?
Bro, the youth is repeating these provocative lyrics. Certain me and you couldn't listen to when we was kids. Now let's think about the future of our kids. What kind of adults would these children be if all they think about and repeat is materialistic, lustful shit? Meaning we're not going to evolve as humans because we just talk about basic animal. This agenda is going to get pushed more as we continue to grow and expand in consciousness. It's a spiritual war going on, which is why all of the songs are like that.
Man, I just want to talk about something, man. I know you all have heard of the rapper Sexyy Red. She had that song, you know, I'm not going to say the lyrics, but you've heard the lyrics. I think Sexyy Red is literally just the industry's entertainment. In my opinion, she's not really talented. She just says the most, you know, she just says shocking things that shocks people. It's very raunchy, it's very nasty, it's very promiscuous. That's kind of how she got her name. She just says the wildest things and it just catches people's attention. You notice super ratchet, you know, she talks about some wild things and it's like they're blowing her up. But she's literally like, have you ever been to a circus and you see clowns doing tricks and people pay? That's what it is. We're just watching her, you know, in her circus, doing her tricks. And she's not really a role model to any young woman or a woman, period. Like when people say, oh, she's doing her thing and she's showing, what is she showing women? She's showing women what? How to sell their bodies, how to not care about anything, use men for money. have no respect for themselves. Like, what is she really doing? People say, it's just entertainment. It's just entertainment. But y'all say this, but the entertainment business influences the world heavily. It influences people's mind heavily.
Finally, it seems like people are really catching on and realizing that Sexy Red is not who they should be listening to, nor who their kids should be listening to. She's an industry plant. There's no way in the world someone who raps about what they rap about should be leading or having a word for us. I don't understand that. When I saw this, I rejoiced. I don't rejoice in no one's misery for anything. That's not who I am as a person. But in this instance, I'm happy. All right. I could not stand that woman. All right. What she stands for. People listen to it. They hear the music. Oh, the beat is nice. Are you listening to what's being said? I don't care about the beat. It's what's being said in her music. It's like if I heard my daughter, my granddaughter talking like that, I'd probably go to jail. I would, because that's not something I'm going to tolerate.
Before we get to the other artists, I want to talk about this Hypocrisy girl who's recently went viral.
The original move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time.
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk to it and spit on that thing. You get me?
She made over $1 million from merchandise sales after the interview. Mrs. Hawk was fired 44 hours after a sudden surge in popularity caused by an interview she conducted. Mrs. Hawk, whose real identity is Haley Welch, appeared publicly only twice. She was photographed twice in her branded merchandise, with one photo featuring a former vendor. These photos were taken in Belfast, Tennessee, just 3 hours away from Nashville, where her famous conversation took.
All right, bring it down for a second. My man's got merch. You doing your thing, girl. You want to shout out the guy in the merch right now. He would be so. Put your camera on, idiot. All right. I feel so dirty and clean all at the same time.
Shaq found a hot tool girl, bro. So this photo Shaq just posted about an hour ago on the Instagram, and he took a picture with the hot tool girl. Y'all know that's her. And the other girl that got interviewed. So this is the other photo right here that Shaq took with her. Yo, I ain't gonna front, man. That's the hot tool girl. She kind of pretty. She's very beautiful, man. Look at that. Very beautiful woman. But Shaq is mad funny, man. I ain't gonna front. These photos is funny.
Do y'all see the double standard? See what I'm talking about? And I hate you niggas for making me defend Sexyy Red. Because her music is trash. She's a poor excuse for an artist. I don't like her songs at all. I think they're way too sexually explicit. I think they're disgusting. I think it's a shame that she's being promoted and she's as successful and as popular as she is. But keep that same smoke for everybody. So what's the difference between Sexyy Red going viral, talking about her poom poom is pink and her butt is brown, versus going viral, talking about what ta and that's how I suck peen? It's the same, but y'all want to promote and uphold the Hypocrisy girl and a bad baby. But when a black girl does the same thing and becomes popular, she's the antichrist and she's an industry plant. And woe is me, save your children, save your wives. And I can hear y'all now. Well, the Hypocrisy girl isn't a rapper. She also doesn't have the same influence over youth like Sexyy Red. Okay, well, explain this.
You the shit, bitch. You not even the fault. My man calling me baby. I'm as poopy like I need a diaper. I'm the shit, I'm that bitch, I'm as poopy. Shitting on bitches, no potty. Shitting on bitches, my hobby. I be going dumb and I'm feeling you. I'm finna pull on these bitches like Winnie. I go on a bitch, I'm Sexyy.
Okay, so Ice Spice is also a rapper, mediocre at best. She is not a good rapper. Nobody's comparing her to a freaking J. Cole or Tupac or Biggie. And her songs also include explicit lyrics about eating poom poom and having X and sucking peen and busting it open. Ice Spice can't rap worth ish and twerks all damn day as well. She also wears weave and dresses very provocatively. She usually comes out dressed like a stripper. I've never heard anyone say that she's an industry plant and that she has a negative influence on the youth. Right, the girl talks about farts and ish all day, for God's sake. Another thing y'all love to say about Sexyy Red is that she looks dirty. Y'all say that about Summer Walker too, but let an Ice Spice or a Kalani come out in similar clothing with tattoos on their faces and weave and twerk, and they never get those critiques. I would counter this and say that Ice Spice has much more influence and is much more mainstream than Sexyy Red. She has a song with Taylor Swift, for God's sake, has even performed on stage with her. But no one says, oh my God, she's negatively influencing the children. Get her out of here, cancel her. Because they're racially ambiguous, they get a pass. They're racially unambiguous, phenotypically Afrocentric Black women don't. It's a double standard. Y'all just hate Black women. That's all I got. Thank you so much for listening. I'm curious, guys, what do y'all think about all this? What do y'all think about the comparisons between Beyonce and Taylor and between phenomenal, incredible Black women overall and mediocre non-Black women? Why do y'all think Black women are critiqued so harshly? Also, why do you think Black women have to work twice as hard to get half as much? I'm so curious to hear y'all's thoughts. Please chime in down below. Until next time, see you guys. Bye.
Even if you think I should, bitch, bigger, I don't give
If y'all come across a red iPhone, can you please bring it to the sound stage? Red iPhone, appreciate it.